So after I repented and asked God to forgive me for cheating on this juice fast and having blended green beans, I left the church and I called the lady who was running the group and I let her know what happened. And she really encouraged me to continue on and not to see this as a failure, um, but to just keep going and not to end my juice fast, but just to keep going and be on day 46 and to just get back right back up and do what I needed to do. And that sounded really good, and that was kind of what I wanted to do, but that's not what happened. I'm sorry to say, that's not what happened. So later on that day, um, we were actually having patient accounting week at work, and there was food all week, and I had been able to stay away from it. None of it tempted me, actually. And so one of my coworkers had made the comment to me, like, "Oh, you're so good. You haven't eaten anything," and da 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 da. And I said, I was like, "Oh, this food doesn't tempt me. I'm good. Now, if we had some Chinese food, I'd have a problem." Why did I say that? Because all that did was plant that seed in my head, and I wanted Chinese food. And I had done the research, I had read about ending your fast, and Chinese food was not supposed to be on the menu. You're supposed to take a few days and ease yourself back into eating. You're supposed to, the things that you were juicing, you're supposed to eat them. And, you're just supposed to have a transition time too, because your body has been resting. You haven't had to digest anything. You've had all these micronutrients from these juice vegetables and fruit going into your cells, and just your body's been healing, and your digestive system has had a break, and you're supposed to slowly bring it back and slowly wake it up so that it can do its thing. Wow, that seed of craving Chinese food just stuck with me. And right before I went to my Bible study that night, I called the Chinese restaurant, placed an order, and asked them what time they closed. And I figured, okay, and I knew kind of what time we normally get out of Bible study. And I thought, okay, well, I'll have enough time to go get it. And then I was also supposed to go help a friend to fix her computer, and well, so I'm at Bible study, and I had talked to the ladies, a couple of the ladies who knew that I was juice fasting. I let them know that, that I had messed up. I had these blended green beans, and that I was ending my juice fast. And I even had told another sister that afternoon that I was, ending my juice fast because I knew I was disconnected. I knew that, you know, I had messed up. And it was kind of interesting because I knew in my mind as I was talking to these two sisters who were saying to me, now don't go crazy, don't go eating anything that you shouldn't, and take your time, let your body get used to the foods again, and da da da. And then in my mind, I'm thinking, if I tell them that I'm on my way to buy Chinese food, they're going to talk me out of it. And I didn't want them to talk me out of it because my mind was set. I wanted Chinese food. Yeah, I went and got it. And can I just tell you that I paid the price for it? Um, and it was not very pretty, but um, I definitely won't do that again. And the interesting thing is, I didn't even enjoy the food because my body was now used to healthy, good nutrition, and it didn't understand why I was putting garbage into my body again. So, um, as I was suffering, the Lord spoke Galatians 3:3 to me, and I basically what it says is, "Are you so foolish? Um, what you started in the spirit, you're now trying to do by human effort." That's a paraphrase because I'm just I'm not, I don't have my Bible in front of me. I'm sorry, but I was like, ouch, ouch. Yes, Lord, you're right. When I started with you, I was not doing on my own, and I really went through a time of beating myself over that because God forgave me instantly. I asked him to forgive me, and he forgave me. But I couldn't forgive myself. It's like, what is wrong with me? So then I went on this quest to find out, well, what foods can I eat? And do I really like the foods that I used to eat? Or have my taste buds changed? So I decided that I was going to have experiment. I got that from my dad. My dad was always doing experiments. Yeah, that didn't go so well either. What I found out from my experimenting was that all the foods that I used to eat that I thought I liked or that I really did like, but they were processed, they were horrible, dead, not nutritious at all, just garbage food that you should never put in your mouth. And like my one time favorite was, since I was a little kid, was Chef Boyardee ravioli. It's not good. Not at all. It tastes like chemicals. It was horrible. So I'll never eat that again. So I had decided that I was going to take a few days away from everyone. I took myself off Facebook. I needed to regroup and recalibrate with the Lord because I knew I wanted to get back in the juice fast. I knew that I had a goal for this year, and juicing was going to be part of that goal. It was going to get me to the next step. So from October 26th to October 31st, that was going to be my time to recalibrate, to get my focus back, and then on November 1st, I was going to start juicing again. So during that time, I checked my A1C and I found out that I had gone from 9.4 down to 8.0, which if you look at the diabetic scale, that means that your diabetes is under control, which is amazing because I had taken absolutely zero medicine. Also, I had gotten my blood results back and found out that my triglycerides had gone from 444 down to 319, and that was good. That was also without medicine. My neuropathy was gone. Everything was better in my life. I had so much energy. I felt good. I you know, I was taking better care of me, and I let that compromise take me away from that. And those 5 days eating, I felt like I had lead legs. I felt like I gained a ton. As a matter of fact, I did gain. And the scale was really bad to me, but interestingly enough, I took all my measurements and the scale didn't match what the measurements said. So I was glad that I had those measurements um, to check.